Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 24th of December, heading home at 1:30 because Christmas Eve, of course. But we have had collection from DPD with quite a lot actually. I was surprised how much we shipped. And I've just been and dropped some Hermes parcels off, so not massive, but still more orders, so that's pretty good. Let's do Mr. Nilles and then I'm off. So, my festive things for you to talk about on your vlog. Me as I've been to Roundhay Park on Monday afternoon, very nice, Mr. Nilles, good park that. Me as I've watched Super Size Me and The Borrowers, that's an interesting combination. Does Callum like the Snowman and Father Christmas Raymond Briggs films? Not a huge fan, I've got to be honest, Richard. Next year I'm going to go to York Maze as a big effort. Well, they cancelled it this year, York Maze, because of coronavirus and everything. I mean, they may have got away with it, with social distancing, but the thing is, it's such a cost to get it all up and running. And if hardly anyone turns up, then, you know, we end up in a loss. And I want talking to you, Siri. I've read a book about Captain Tom, very good, which is the place in Halifax where you drop coffee off to where Blockbuster used to be. I don't know, it's an art studio or something. Can you remember Super Nintendo? Yes. Do you like TMNT? Yes. I will be brave for the vaccine. You'll be lucky, more like. There's going to be any left. Alright, so let's get ourselves off on the way before anything else happens. Get down here. Right, it's a cold one today. It was -1 when I got in the car this morning at 8, and the screen was frozen up. And it was that frozen, I de-iced it, and even the de-icer didn't remove the ice. That's pretty frozen. It was just still there. I was waiting ages for it to eventually melt off from the heat of the car. Yeah, I mean, it's lovely and clear sky at the moment, but ooh, it's a bit peaky. Oh dear me. Seems we're in the throes of many traffics at the moment. Goodness, it's got no chance. So, there, I was concentrating. Sorry, yeah, just trying to make sure I don't run people over or crash into anything. This is always a good plan. No, it's just gone, Red, to let you go. It has. So, yeah, the final run up to Christmas, it's been a pretty busy week again, to be honest. I know I keep saying it's been a busy week, but it's always a busy week. And there's always a lot to do, a lot of roasting to do. I got to meet yesterday, the 23rd of December, because always, normally, pretty much everyone's got everything by the time we get to this sort of stage. So by the 23rd, there's not a lot happens. We don't get many orders and things. And we actually had loads of orders yesterday. I roasted 60 kilos of coffee. We had loads of stock go out in DPD. I had a load of Hermes to go out still, which, while they'll probably not arrive today, the Hermes ones definitely won't. But, you know, they're going to arrive maybe on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, who knows, because Hermes work every day, really. It doesn't make any difference to them. So yeah, it was just crazily busy. I can't remember it in all the years of business as doing so much actual shipping of orders on the 23rd of December. But of course, because normally for every other year that we run, we're mainly shipping stuff to businesses that are all shut for Christmas, so we wouldn't sell much. But this year we've moved into kind of retail more, and we're shipping stuff to domestic houses, and they want coffee whenever they want coffee. And if they want it between Christmas and New Year, that's fine, they can order it and we'll ship it. And also we'll be shipping coffee next week for White Rose coffee roasters anyway. eBay orders and Amazon orders I'll still be putting those out, even though officially shut. But people still need stuff, and I'm quite happy to keep going in and shipping the stuff out. So we did have Hive Fests last weekend, last Friday. The VR experience of Hive, well, not just VR, alt VR space, but you can go with their desktop as well. I think more people were there in desktop than VR. Unfortunately, all the super cool appy things that were built into it didn't work for me at all for some reason. I don't know why. I feel some people it just didn't work for, others it did. So I didn't get any badge to say I'd been there. Couldn't interact with a load of stuff. The Friday night I couldn't even get into the main stage where they were doing all the talks. And in fact on the Saturday I only managed to get into that bit because I managed to find Jack Miller and the Hive hanging out in the lobby thing that everyone could get into, which was all I could get into on Friday night as well. Found them, so I managed to friend them after much puzzling about how to do it. And then when they went to the main stage, I could join them because I was friended with them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got into it then either. I'd just have got nothing out of it. So ended up just seeing bits and pieces of the shows on the main stage, to be honest. And plugging a bit about in the VR, and had a bit of a chat, like I said, with Jack and Hive and stuff. But overall, not the most exciting thing in the world ever I've experienced. Actually, more exciting than that was actually VR, which I'm loving. I was playing on Saturday Vader Immortal VR, which is, as you might expect, a Star Wars Darth Vader VR experience series, and it's pretty cool. You play some young unknown Jedi in it, but you get a lightsaber. Great fun. Riding about on these skiffs and this stormtroopers on other floaty skiff things come in, and you're going to use your lightsaber to deflect their laser bolts from the laser guns back at them to kill them off. So it's great. So imagine in VR, of course, you're there and you've got your virtual lightsaber, you can see, and you go all over the place like that. Yeah. Everyone else, all they see is me stood with some goggles on, waving my hand around like I've got some sort of epileptic fit going on or something. What the chuff are you doing? I'm deflecting stormtroopers' lasers. What? So yeah, VR actually really got into that because obviously the boy has had the Oculus Rift now for 2 years. Well used, and upgraded for Christmas because it's what he wanted. So Christmas present, upgraded to the Valve Index, which is, you know, he says it had much superior, much better headset, and the grips, I will give him, the grips are pretty good because the hand grips, it's actually like touch sensitive in the bit you hold, and it knows when you move your fingers off and on, and it does it in virtual reality. So So where most VR you just have like some buttons to press to make a finger move or whatever else, it literally senses where all your fingers are and reacts. So if all your fingers are gripping the controller, they will all be there, and then if you release a finger from the controller, that finger will virtually move at the same time, which is pretty cool. But the one thing, the controllers are plug-in to recharge, so they're like a rechargeable battery, and you plug it into USB to recharge it. Whereas the Rift ones, you just put a AA battery in, and then when it ran low, you took that out, put another one in, and you know that was
risk zone.
Pretty straightforward.
30 miles
so
per
these
hour.
other ones, of course, it means you're playing. Oh, your controller's run out. Oh, well now I can't play because I've got to plug it in and wait for 40 minutes or so for it to charge itself up again. So I've tried to persuade him that the best thing to do is when he's done playing, plug them in to charge so that they're always fully charged the next time he goes to play, as opposed to just sort of leaving them lying around and then when he comes to play discovering that they're flat and he can't actually do anything.
Warning.
Either that, we need to get some really long USB cables so he can play with them plugged in. But amazingly, well, I don't know if it is amazing or not, they have what looks like a proprietary plug-in. I was expecting a micro USB, but it is not micro USB. It could be, now I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if it's USB-C actually. It could be. Into the controller. Obviously it comes with the cables to plug in, but I was expecting them just to be micro USB, but they weren't. So yeah, VR wise, pretty much really enjoying that. It's kind of an amazing thing that you can put a headset on and suddenly you're transported into a completely different world. I mean, you've no idea what's going on around you when you're in there, you're immersed in it. You know, you turn round.
Warning. K-band.
And
radar. Check speed.
All you can see is this VR world. So I've been playing a few other different games, some like robot ones and like a spy thing, but you control a robot via like an augmented reality thing, and it is pretty cool. What I liked a lot about it, and that it was Invader Immortal as well, is the ability to climb. So you might be climbing up a ladder, or on some things, you know, you can climb up anything, sort of pipe works and metal works and things. And you sort of get your hand, your VR hand, and then you press your grip button to grip onto that, and then pull down, and it lifts you up. Just as if you were climbing something, but obviously it's you're not going anywhere, but it's happening. And then you get the other hand and keep doing it that way. It's really clever how it works, because you do feel like you're climbing up and then you're up on another level in whatever it is. What gets me a little bit though is going down. If you jump down something, because it's a really strange sensation that your eyes can see you falling and then you get to the floor and land, but of course your body isn't moving. And it's really hard to kind of like, I don't know, it's really odd, and it gets my belly sometimes when I've done that, you know, jumping down something, and that whole sort of sensation of falling, but you're not actually moving, and it's just, you know, oh, that's a bit odd. That is a bit odd. And then I was in a space one, where you're a robot in anti-gravity space, and you could like float about in it and move yourself, and you had to grab objects to pull yourself around in the float, and that was so, because you were also, as opposed to fall, at least falling is like, it's a small moment and then you land and then you've got from up there down there and that's fine. But this way you were floating around and your eyes telling you that you're floating, but you aren't actually floating. And yeah, it was a really disorientating feeling. It's like grabbing hold of these things and pulling yourself around a floaty environment. I didn't get so much further though. I was just doing some, what was basically the orientation to get used to it before I even got to any missions on that one. But I say, on the whole, I sort of set up this VR thing just to do the High Fest VR, and in the end I'm just enjoying the VR playing more, and didn't really do a lot with the High Fest because I couldn't get the bits of it to work. And so yeah, been well into getting into VR. Done a little bit on Hive blockchain, not done bad actually. Done a few posts this week. Got all my API node up and running nicely. I should hopefully sometime tonight or tomorrow, I'll have a second account history node online, which will take a bit of the strain off my main one, and I'm hoping to like spread the calls across the two, and maybe they'll be a bit quicker. Working on a hive mind, second hive mind. I've got the main one running. But it just seems like I always come across problems with the hive mind. I can't figure out how anyone is managing to just have a single instance and upgrade it. Because the thing is, once I get one working, that's it. I don't want to mess with it again, because I know I'm going to end up in this complete farcical situation that I'm in now. I've tried manual syncing from scratch, but it just takes forever, so I get bored after a while and cancel that. I tried the HiveMind Docker one, which is supposed to be a fully enclosed one. That helpfully downloaded the whole database, that's, you know, a database dump, so back end of the HiveMind database. Installed all of that, and then it just whenever I tried to run it, it just spat out a load of errors and wouldn't run. So I was like, meh. So I waited for the latest dump, downloaded that database, and then because the thing is, you download the database, it takes a while. You're going to import that into HiveMind, into your Postgres, should I say. So you import that. That takes days, absolute days, just because I've not got the fastest drives. Even SSD is not fast enough. You need NVMe type speeds. So that takes days. So that done. Then you do the database upgrade, and that takes a while. Done that. Then you run sync, and it spits out an error that there's something missing, a table's missing or something. And I'm like, I'm on the right branch, done this, done that, and it still doesn't work. So I don't know. So at least I've got one working one, but just it's such a struggle. Right, well that's it. Christmas is nearly done. So have a very good Christmas, a good Christmas rest week. And I shall see you probably on Thursday next week, New Year's Eve, for some more vlogging. So, okay, Merry Christmas. See ya.